Hi Scorpio, welcome to a new era. My name is Emma. Scorpio, this is your reading today on the 22nd of July, and it's gonna be a bit switched up. I'm still getting information. That's never gonna cease, but there's sort of new information coming through. There's so much happening lately and all the time, and I feel like this channel is sort of morphing or merging into maybe something a bit different. I'm thinking about maybe starting a second channel or have it be more sort of awakening path influenced messages for you. So whether we are doing a love reading or whether we're doing a general reading or even talking about money or whatever very 3D reality stuff, the basis of it is going to be your awakening path, because I feel like that's where we're all at right now. There's so many shifts and so many changes right now, and I think we would all benefit from just really understanding our own true power and our own authenticity in this world and our own creative power is what I want to try to say. What? It's not very, I don't know a whole lot, it seems. So I'm gonna start to do it in the typical way of the reading. But the basis for it is like what's going on your awakening path, general message for what's going on your awakening path, and like get the highest, most inspirational message for that. I'm a bit hyped, I feel. Calm down. At the end of this reading, there is going to be a silent part again. I don't know if you listened to the last love reading that I did, and you might want to check that out if you didn't. At the end of it, I have a silent part with 14 cards. It's not going to be 14 cards today, it's going to be 3. But I'm keeping that little part in there because I think that was a really good thing, and also determining by your comments, which I do appreciate a whole lot, that you really enjoy that part where you get to sit in silence and just watch the images on these cards where I don't talk whatsoever, and it sort of gives you time to absorb or, I don't know, integrate the information. If you listen to me before, you know that it can really start somewhere in the first 5 minutes and we can be somewhere completely different at the very end of the reading, and to then just sort of let that integrate in your body in the silence and then shift that over to the extended reading. You will feel if you feel drawn to that or not. Then you sort of come as a blank page or as a bit more allowing, if that makes sense. But you will feel it. Then the link is going to be in the description box down below. But let's start here and see what we can find for your generally what's going on for you, Scorpio. I'm using these beautiful angel answers by Doreen Virtue. Wow. First card out already, and a second card, please. I also really enjoyed that we have the 22nd today because it's a master number 22, which speaks about strong manifestational possibilities, numerology-wise, and also number 2 itself is all about communication, conversation, and relationships. Is that it? Okay. Okay, so what I'm seeing in these cards is that you've been wanting to bring something in. You really have been wanting to bring something in. And you know immediately, or if you didn't, the first thing that comes to mind that you want to create in your life right now, it's like it's been an idea, it's been in your head, on your mind. How can I do this? How can I put this into reality? How can I? There's a lot of how, what, and when instead of why. Why always brings you back to the manifestation of it. The how, the what, and the where. The what in the hell is just it just puts you somewhere else because you don't have the answers to it, and so you try to figure it out, and that it loses its power, its pulling power, if that makes sense. So that's just a little suggestion to bring it back to the why. Why do you want this? But this thing that you want, and when you're clear about the how, the the why, it's coming in, you're bringing it about. It's really cool to see this. It's almost like I have this like the old, how you make cartoons, like you scribble this person that's just standing straight, and then on the next piece of paper they're standing straight but with a little twist on their foot, and the next it's like they're standing straight but they move their foot a tiny bit more and a tiny bit more, you know, and then you flicker those so it sort of actually looks like they're moving. That's motion picture. That's actually how we were built as well, even though we look very fluid. There's something to this, like how I get this being pictured here for me, how it's like, that's how it's coming about. Hope you're gonna see that now, because these are very light. It says yes, like hell yes on the bottom. It's not a hell yes, it's without the without the exclamation mark. But here it's also not fully here yet. So it's a yes, it's happening. Because this deck has a yes with an exclamation mark, which means that like hell yes. There's a birdie here, there's a dove. Birds have been very prominent lately. Being guiding, being showing the way showers, really. And then I love how this is like the star, it's like a little star constellation here, almost like a halo around this dove. I promise you guys there's a dove in the middle. Star constellation. So this might mean that some of you guys really want to bring in your soul tribe. It could mean that some of you guys really want to bring in your romantic counterpart. It means that you could really want to bring in your life purpose, like being with other people that share the same vision, share the same idea for the world, for a life purpose, something with a star constellation. And it's like, it's a rainbow energy around it. So you're bringing it in, you're having an idea about it, you're having thoughts about it. And then the next card out is this peaceful revolution? What? That's not. And I've learned that I can mess up words and I can say the wrong things so that I lay on the floor laughing. But when I stumble like that, it might actually be a peaceful revolution going on somehow, some way, or just the name peaceful revolution means something. Maybe a YouTube channel, peaceful revolution. It's this peaceful resolution. So the bird, it's like the flicker, the motion picture, the flicker of that looks like it's moving, is the actual. I wish that you could see that this time around. This little birdie, that is sort of just an idea here. It's almost like your star tribe, your star constellation family is bringing it to you. Like you wished for it, you wanted it, you had it as an idea, and we're bringing it together for you here. The star constellation says, like it's coming forward. And that little birdie there has in this card become this huge birdie. So here you stand, and here we still have the rainbow that you've been working with here. I want to show you that you also had the same rainbow there, but it was a bit farther away, and it was a bit like not so clear, but that's what's in between your hands here, the rainbow. And here it's like much larger. Your hands are out to here now, and we have a much larger rainbow. That is a rainbow if you could see it, what I see. And this little birdie has all of a sudden has become this, like the golden wings back here, and this light is actually, that's what I see with this sort of just being an idea, Do you see that? And how in this next picture is like, and now it has moved in. It has closed in on you. It's this peaceful resolution. So here it is. Here they are. Here the solution is. Here the peaceful revolution is. Do you get the word silent revolution though? Silent revolution. That might speak to somebody. You're bringing something in, and it's beautiful to see how it started as an idea, like in the mental body, and it has sort of become this heart matter for you. Your whole heart energy center is just beaming with light, really in connection with your creative energies and bringing it in, like your whole, here's your person, here's your soul tribe, here's your new job. Like it can be, okay, let's just get some clarifiers around both of them. So what more can we tell Scorpio about this situation, please? Now I'm using the Psychic Tarot Oracle deck by John Holland. I love this. I love what you're creating. Ooh. Okay, so what I'm getting here is that I'm getting what you lived in order to start to create this. This is like pre-manifestation, just before this. For most people, this hasn't happened yet. Okay, so when I show you this, like we're bringing it in, you're in tune with this bird as the idea. You really are bringing it in. For most Scorpios, you haven't manifested it yet. What it has come out from, it says disruption on the bottom. For a while there, I did apologize for the camera reversing the images of the cards, but first I was like, that's really cool. It's actually mirroring the image. And now it's like, it really adds things to it, because I see something here and I see something completely different in the camera. So I'm on purpose keeping it in now. It says disruption on the bottom. It's number 16. So in the traditional tarot, that could sort of display as a tower moment. I mean, disruption is very much, it's like you're dismantling everything about you, everything that you know about you, and out of that situation. So whatever happened in the past, it looks very dramatic. This is very dramatic. And Scorpio, I mean, you hate to hear that about yourself, that you're dramatic, but you're feeling it deep. Whatever you're feeling it deep. And it's like you're trying to protect yourself, or it's like you're trying to hold on to what you know. It's a comfort zone that is being pushed. And a lot of change going on all at once. And 16 is all about sudden shift and sudden changes. So whatever happened, so this I feel is in the past. This has already happened. And if it's not some huge dramatic, like, whoa, what a shift, negatively, this might just mean that because out of this you wished for this, and this is starting to manifest. So you could be in the midst of doing something. This could mean just that you're so sick and tired of a situation, you just want to start something new, and that pushes you somewhat outside your comfort zone, and all of a sudden you're doing something that maybe you a while ago didn't think that you were going to do, but due to this feeling of, I don't want to do this, immediately is a new idea born for you to take some sort of next step, or do some sort of in the right direction for your life purpose, for your family, for your relationships, whatever this is for you, finances, spiritual growth, awakening path. It has led to this. So it's sort of a reminder for you as well, like whatever feels a bit slow and feels a bit on the opposite of what you want, it's always in the opposite that you ask for the opposite. right? And it's like that's where the evolution comes in, that's where the growth comes in, and that's where the joy and fun comes in. It doesn't necessarily always feels that way, that oh, so fun to lose my job, now I get to go on the adventure to find a new one, how exciting. Most people don't say that, but that's actually the whole point of losing a job. It's actually the whole point of, you know what I mean. So what else? Do we want to say something more about this situation? We can move on. So can we be a bit more specific about what it is that is coming about, that is coming to fruition? Yes, we can. Okay. What is it that's going to come about for Scorpio? What is that we are going to... Yeah, it's star constellation, right? All over the place. We have third eye chakra here. Number 6. So 6 for me speaks about love. The love is it's the connection between you and your inner being, between you and your higher self, between you and your heart, whatever some people would be sort of a bit defined and a bit between you and your inner being, between you and the universe, the connection in the balance and the connection between the non-physical and the physical. So that is number 6. And then we have the third eye chakras is on the bottom. And so you really are opening up your psychic centers right now. You're opening up the pineal gland. If you don't know about it, check it out. Tallkottkörteln, that's called in Swedish. It sounds so stupid in Swedish, I have to say. It's like... But I think that's what most people think that it is. It seems very insignificant. It's super tiny. It's the tiniest little pea in your head. And it has like the potential for... Read up on it, feel up on it. Gather your own information about the pineal gland. Sit in meditation and ask to connect in with it. Ask to have it connect you with the universe and see what happens. I'm all for feeling it from the inside to just... It's good sometimes if you're led to read certain things, if you're inspired, like if that is your spirit team sort of guiding you, your inner being is guiding you to certain things, and you just feel it in your bones that this is the truth for you. But sort of gathering information from a either mental place, not in cooperation with the universe, and maybe even in a lackful place, like you're seeking answers because you're in the lackful place, then you can just find so much information about so many different things. And I'm not saying that they're wrong or that people are posting wrong things, because there's always some truth to everything. And maybe there's like what is that word? Maybe it's beneficial for you to find whatever you're finding in the moment that you're finding it. So, but having that said, feeling what it is, experiencing what it is always more fun, and it's always going to bring that clarity and that trust and that faith for you so much more strong than if you read about it that somebody else has put there. If you have your own life experience about it, it makes all the difference. So with that said, this is like you've been asking. So this is, at least for some of you guys, you've been asking for understanding the universe, understanding the star constellation that you belong to, understanding your own creative powers, understanding your own psychic powers, understanding your din medialitet, I would say in Swedish, like understand this spiritual path that you're on, and probably even asking about understanding. Okay, so what I'm getting is that some of you Scorpios you're very in tune, like you're super in tuned, and you're very good at listening to your intuition. You are receiving answers, you are receiving insight, guidance, clear as a day. but so that's why I go on and on about okay, I get it. That's why I go on and on about, so don't just read about stuff and take that for truth, not because it's not necessarily true, and not because you shouldn't trust people, you shouldn't trust the information. The reason I say that is because each time you find something and you found it from the inside, you've had your own experience, that's when your trust in yourself and your own abilities keeps growing. They just keep, it's just, you just become more and more stable in just trusting whatever it is that you're receiving. And so even though you are trusting very much your own guidance, and you are trusting very much the information that you're being given, there is some sort of a bit wavering here about whether sometimes to trust it or not. And the more you open up to trust, the more information you're going to get, and the more information you're going to get, the more trustworthy, the more trust you can feel. And so it's going to be sort of a good spiral in the right direction for you to really, really open up your psychic centers and really starting to understand who you are, like what you're becoming, who you are becoming. Again, there's something, I guess some clarification on the star family or star constellation. Yeah, it's bringing me back to the ancestors. So this is my power card. It acts as this, I already started talking about that. That you understand your own power, you understand your own creative power, you understand actually who you are. This is bringing about authentic power. And it's this star family, star constellation is all about your ancestors. It's all about understanding where you come from, where you came from. And having this figure 8, it's all about the infinity. It's endless possibilities. And so in heaven, so on earth, so above, so below. I mean, I've been saying that for such a long time, and then just the other day it just clicked. And I know it sounds like I'm saying the exact same thing again, but the depth of it sort of clicked in for me, like so above, so below, so in heaven, so on earth. It's exactly what they're trying to get through. Like whatever is in the non-physical, we can bring about to the physical. Whatever is in spirit, you can bring about to your personal life. So in heaven, so on earth, so above, so below. And it's almost like a mirror effect as well. And this ancestor thing, like to really understand where you come from, is also like the figure. It's also like the infinity sign. Like we're understanding where we came from, and we're bringing that to earth, and then we go back to the non-physical and we bring it back to earth. That's the ancestors again. And we're sort of, you're the spokesperson for your ancestors. And you're bringing some very valuable information into Mother Earth right now. In however shape or form you're doing it, you really are bringing valuable information into Earth right now. And you can do it even more if you want to. And for some of you guys, you literally have been asking about it. You've been asking about, like, what is your purpose? And how can you bring more truths about, like, what can you do to help expand the awareness or consciousness of the population of this earth at this moment in time. And I just want to make clear what I'm getting here is that you don't have to spread the word about anything that is fractured. Oh, so the disruption here, so how this looks, what is broken wants fixing or needs fixing is actually not true. Okay, so whether, okay, so stay with me and don't shoot the messenger, okay? see what I'm going to do here now? Whether the weather, so fun, is doing what it's doing due to climate change or not, cannot be the focus anymore. Remember that not shooting the messenger thing here? We know now that it's just like literally just having a problem. The disruption itself, wow, how this is being tied back around is really beautiful. This disruption, whether this is like personal for you, something happened in your life that caused you to have a wish. You started on the mental plane. You had an idea, like, how can we fix this? How can we do this? And even though that was like on a very personal plane, for relationships or health or finances or whatever this is, it's like, it's the same thing as a global phenomena. Is like, okay, we have this disruption. We know that now. Have you heard of climate change? No, what is that? Tell me more. No, you know that now. Have you heard of this pandemic? What is that? You know, even for somebody that doesn't watch the news, I hear a lot about it. I don't anymore. I have to say, I don't anymore. It's quite peaceful. But what I want to say now is that you've asked, due to this shift and disruption, this push in your comfort zone, has led you to have an idea. This climate change, this pandemic, this whatever detriment we see if we look upon the world and certain people, who could that be? We know that now. We know those now. So out of those situations and out of those pandemics and all this stuff that is going on, twittering, and I'm not talking about the bird here that is giving you real information. There's an idea being born. And that idea that is coming out, like that is the solution for this climate change stuff. That is the solution for pandemic stuff. That is the solution. That is like the peaceful resolution. Wait, quiet revolution. Wow, this is starting to have deeper and deeper meaning. It's like you get the idea and you're bringing the idea about. We're bringing it in and you're asking about your star constellation, soul tribe, star family. What is your purpose? How can you be of better service to this world? What can we do for the trees? What can we do for the oceans? Like all of that. And it's like, we had a disruption. You asked for an idea. The idea is being brought about. We cannot continue to talk about the fact that climate change is the cause of all evil right now, or we won't be vessels, channels for the information that is the solution. We have a peaceful resolution here. I did not know that this is where it was going to go when I started this. I was like, this is such a happy, like you're wishing for something and it's coming about. This almost freaking feels like you have the solution to end climate change. You have the solution to end the pandemic. And can I just be personal there for a bit to say, ending climate change doesn't mean okay, should I really go there? Okay. Ending climate change doesn't mean focusing on closing down what is making the damage. Ending climate change is focusing on the new idea that is being that's replacing the old. It's not fixing the old and staying in the old. Man, this coming out of your comfort zone has brought to, like, we're talking a whole different league here. And this ending this pandemic, it's not necessarily a vaccine. Again, remember that little don't shoot the messenger? It's a resolution in another, it's a whole other, like, okay, so pandemic or no pandemic, vaccine or no vaccine, we're still in the problem. Do you see how that works? We need to that is that all together. This beauty, that's like, I'm looking at this beauty, bringing about the ideas, letting them come in, having that be like, this is a whole other ball game, taking your authentic power back. And there's something with the so above, so below, so in heaven, so on earth. We're bringing in new ideas, and for you to, so when I talk about open that pineal gland, to look for it and feel it from the inside is not, you're not going to find information on Google about ending the pandemic anytime soon, in the sense that we're in the new paradigm, we're in the new era, get it? This is you finding something out from the inside, and this is you connecting in with this is the ancestors giving you the power, giving you the strength to sort of come up with solutions for it. I'm not necessarily talking about you specifically, personally ending climate change. This might be something completely different, but it's in this league. We're talking this league, guys. And so you're some sort of in the forefront, you're a leader in this field, and you're doing a freaking good job. Okay, I'm gonna go into the silent part. It's so interesting to do an extended on this, to see, because I can never promise you're gonna hear what you're supposed to hear. But this really took a turn. So let's see what's in the extended. But first I want to do the silent part, where we sort of just, okay, integrate that information for a bit. Maybe not so much mentally, Scorpio, maybe not so much mentally, but feel it. We're starting mentally, but we're bringing it like down into the heart. So Scorpio, release what wants to be released, and receive what wants to be received through this silent part where I don't speak. And I'm going to show you 3 cards, and I'm going to start to shuffle, and it might take some time, you might not, but you might want to fast forward if you want to. One. Okay, yeah, I dropped it, so drop the ball. Start over. And a third. Okay, so I'm specifically not going to show you the words, and some of them are very light, bright, and so try not to see it, but try to feel what's there. Just sit with the image of it. And thank you so much for watching, and the link to the extended is going to be in the description box down below if you feel drawn to it. Otherwise, I hope to see you back soon. Happy watching.